Greetings to you from sunny South Africa. Today I wanted to make a little rant about something I've seen increasingly often on social media lately, which deeply disturbs me. Nowadays, it seems to have become quite popular to go online and make broad, sweeping statements such as depression is not a real illness and those who have it simply need to grow up. I can certainly understand where this sentiment might come from. The millennial generation certainly seems to complain more than any other generation that came before us, and even though we are living in the most technologically advanced era ever to exist on our planet, we never seem happy with anything. However, to make the claim that because of this behavior, depression does not exist is not only flatly false, it is harmful. Whenever I hear somebody say that depression doesn't exist, I get the sense that they have no concept of what it actually is. A lot of people conceive depression as simply feeling sad for a little bit, but it's actually far deeper than that. Depression is not dependent on one single mood or a single event during a particular day that makes you a little bit grumpy for a while. It's more like a constant battle against your own mind. I know because I deal with depression, which in my case stems quite heavily from my disability. When someone is in an ordinary bad mood, usually all they have to do to alleviate it is to get away from whatever is annoying them. However, depression is different in that when you are actually depressed, even the things you care about and the people you love seem to lose their value, and everything over time seems to feel as though it has lost all meaning or importance. Depression is a far more complex emotional state than simply feeling upset or shedding a few tears. It can manifest itself in a variety of different ways, not all of which are easy to interpret. People with depression can often have trouble feeling any emotion whatsoever. In this state, which I experience fairly frequently myself, you tend to go numb and feel almost like a zombie. And when you get into this sort of situation, you feel almost as though you are no longer part of the world, that you are detached from it and viewing it from the outside rather than an active participant. On the other hand, depression can also be present in people who seem very content and happy with life. Speaking for myself, when those around me should probably be most worried is when I'm vocal and trying my hardest to make other people laugh, because that's when I'm really struggling and trying to distract myself from staring into the void. I also understand why people are wary when they hear from others that they're battling with depression, because so many misguided people today think that by claiming to have a mental illness, they will seem more interesting or complex, whereas in actual fact, all they do is make life that much harder for people with legitimate mental issues. If you are someone who has said in the past that depression does not exist, you have done one of two things. You have either displayed a complete lack of empathy because of the attitude of, I haven't experienced this, so it can't be real, or you have displayed your complete ignorance of psychological fact. Telling someone that depression is all in their head is completely unhelpful, because yes, that's obviously where depression is. That is the problem. The insufferably arrogant mindset that someone experiencing depression is somehow of weak or insubstantial character is exactly the attitude that leads people not to get help when they need it and simply go off somewhere quietly and kill themselves. Do you really want that on your conscience? One of the reasons I started making videos in the first place is that I exist on the fringe of my society and can therefore say things that ordinary people are too afraid to say. If you want to help me keep doing it, then consider supporting me on a monthly basis via Patreon. However, if once-off contributions are more your thing, I welcome any support via PayPal. For now, farewell.